Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking, and this video is going to be it's going to talk a lot about Archangel Michael. It's going to show you some interactions with him, and I want to say everyone knows Archangel Michael, because he's so famous. I think he is the most, in my opinion, he's probably the most famous archangel, the one that everyone tends to know who he is and what he does. But this kind of takes a little bit of a deeper look at him, not a super deep dive. And so I just wanted to share this information with you to see if you maybe learned something new about Archangel Michael. This started off with me trying to channel Archangel Jeremiel. And Archangel Jeremiel is, I've put a video out on her before, I think. And if I haven't, I'm going to. I'm so confused because I channeled so much stuff before I got sick for like a month that, and then I put a lot of that out on Medium, which is a place where I write articles, but I didn't put anything out on video, and so I can't quite recall what I've put out and what I haven't. If I haven't put out something with Jeremiel yet on YouTube, I will be soon. Jeremiel she stays behind me always. She's the archangel of visions, dreams, and she helps people with their clairvoyance. And so anyone who's clairvoyant, she's always with you. She may appear as a male. They kind of decide whether they appear to you as male or female or androgynous. And so I started off channeling her, and she said, think of your joy as a bank account. When is the last time you deposited joy to keep yourself balanced? When the joy runs low, motivation and energy levels dip along with it. What could you do right now to create joy? So I'm channeling her. She's coaching me on joy. In real life, while I was doing that channeling, I was actually in my daughter's bedroom. So it was her bedtime, and she was in bed and she was trying to fall asleep, but she wanted me to be sleeping in the bed next to her to just kind of comfort her as she fell asleep. So I'm laying in like this, little kid's bed. Um, and I'm just channeling while I'm waiting for her to fall asleep. And so I'm being asked, okay, what can I do to give me joy right then? And I'm like, well, I can't, there's not much I can do physically, right? Because I can't leave. I gotta stay here in this bed while I wait for my daughter to fall asleep. And so I'm like, okay, I'm either gonna need to use thoughts or feeling energy to generate joy, basically. Or I guess I could, yeah, that's accurate, right? Because thoughts could be visualizing, yeah. And then so I'm talking to myself and I say, this is probably why Jeremiel asked me to do this now, because the times when we need a boost of joy may not always be the time that we're free to do anything we want. Like if you're at work, like if you're taking care of your kids, like if you're stuck in a line somewhere, if you're stuck in traffic somewhere, if you're stuck in a hospital bed somewhere. So those are times where you probably could use a boost of joy, and you don't have every option available to you, right? So you need to be a little bit more creative. I consider who or what to interact with or think of. And so I'm thinking about this, and I see this with my physical eyes. I see this blue twinkle, and it's just one dot. It's hard to explain. It's one little tiny dot in the room. One little spot in the room will just go twinkle, and it's very tiny. I can't even demonstrate it because it's so small. But I see it with my physical eyes, and that's probably one of the only things I see with my physical eyes. I see very little things with my my real eyes. And that's actually the way I prefer it, because a couple times I saw demons with my physical eyes, and I disliked it, and I told Metatron, no more, third eye only, because it makes me feel safer, which is ridiculous, but it's true. Anyways, the blue twinkle is Archangel Michael. And so you might see things like this too. I know other people see these, like with your physical eyes, you'll see a little twinkle. Sometimes I'll see like a white one or a silver one or like a different color, but usually it's the blue one, and the blue one's Michael. Let's see. And for you, theoretically, this could be someone different, right? So you could see this blue twinkle and this could be a different guide for you. But for me, I know that's who it is. Yeah, and so Michael will do that when he's like trying to get my attention, basically. And so I asked him, I said, "Are you volunteering to help me with joy?" Because he just showed up when I'm trying to, like, who should I talk to? What should I do? And he's like, twinkle. And so I'm like, okay, I guess you're going to help. And so I'm like laying there, and um, this is hard to explain, but he put, like, my hand was laying on the bed, and he put his hand over mine and kind of squeezed it. And there are times where my guides will do stuff like that, and it's felt physically. It's not just like, yeah, it's so hard to explain, because energy feels one way, right? Where it's like, oh, it's like subtle, and I can feel something is there, something is different. I can feel, like, you can feel a little change in the energy field. And then there's times where, you know, when I'm talking to them, and you'll see them like move my shoulder, right? So they do something and it's more physical. And so he squeezed my hand, and I was like, oh, I kind of felt that, like you were here. It's kind of cool. And so we we end up doing this with our hands, where we're like this. My hands are up and his hands are up, and we're going palm to palm. And so this is something that I did recently with Archangel Uriel. And again, I don't know if I don't know if I put that on YouTube yet or not, so I'll have to look into that, but I think I have. And so he does this, and I was like, "Oh, are you gonna do that thing like Uriel did with me?" Um, because when Uriel did it with me, it was cool. Like, I could feel, it was like our energies merged, and I could feel what it was like to be them. And it just felt like this really powerful, like, permanent connection between me and Uriel, which, by the way, so Uriel has been telling me, he showed me an opal. So, like, opal is one of the stones associated with his energy. And he showed me this opal that had like a, I don't know, like a brown or like an orangish brown background. And so I was trying to purchase an opal that looked like this, because he was showing it to me. And so this is crazy. So this is like the world's most, this is huge. This is crazy. All my opals that I have are like this big, right? Because look at that. Do you see the rainbow colors in there? And so this is my Uriel stone. Just want to show you guys that. So this is bananas. This is an Ethiopian opal, but it really doesn't look like one, because normally when you see Ethiopian opals, there's like a white background and not this color. So I just think this is like the coolest thing in the world. Anyways, wanted to show you that. So I'm going palm to palm with Michael, and I'm like, oh, we're going to do that thing like Uriel? And he said, yes. And so he sends this like blue flame energy through his palms. And so it goes through my palms and through my arms and through my body. As his blue flame burns through me, I feel his energy as my own. I am Michael. I feel confident and take quick action and make quick decisions. And so when I realize that, I go, oh, because I'm never been a person to do quick action, quick decisions, except once I met my business partner, Susan. I was very quick to make decisions all of a sudden. And so I realized, I'm like, oh, shoot, that was Michael. Michael was showing up, and that's where that came from, because I've never been like that prior, and I'm not really like that in any other aspect of my life. Yeah, so Michael has been with me, influencing me much more closely than I realize. So, and this is just another random thing, but most of my guides are very close to me, like Odin and Metatron. I have Feywanel over here, which is my guardian angel. I have like Raphael behind me, Jeremiel, Archangel Gabriel. Like all of them are very close in my space. I always see Michael at a distance from me. Like far enough away that I can't touch him or anything like that. I wonder if the visual placement I've had for Michael is wrong, but he says no. And I'm going to explain that later. I'm like, did I see it wrong? Are you really not that far away? He's like, no, I'm that far away. And so I'll explain that. He says, we have always been connected energetically. It does not matter whether I position myself immediately beside you or not, we're connected. Which is true, right? Doesn't really matter how far away the guide is positioned. And so this is where Michael starts talking about himself. And so I want to share this with you. He says, I am the protector who walks. Dang it. He's giving me emotional energy, so hang on. I don't know why he's doing that. Okay, let's try this again. Michael, don't do that. And I'm itching my nose, so he must be lined up with me. Don't make me cry. Does that mean yes, he said yes. I don't know if that means yes, I won't make you cry. Are you going to make me cry? No. Okay. Okay. Here's what Michael says. I am the protector who walks into the unknown before you to light your way. I guide your path when you are in darkness, when you question whether you have the strength to move forward. I remind you to breathe. I remind you that you are loved. I am the one who comes to you when you feel anxious, lost, or depressed. I am compassionate for those who struggle to overcome their demons. I am there showing you a better path. I am a healer for emotional wounds, especially in the heart chakra. I am a safe space. I am a refuge for those who need protection. Emotional trauma can be heavy. It can weigh you down. I am the Archangel who reminds you that you do not need to carry these burdens any longer. It takes more strength to put down the burden than it does to carry it. I am the Archangel who can help liberate you from your self-imposed chains. Do you struggle with addiction, violence, rage, or dark thoughts? I can show you how to walk away from what harms you so that you can find yourself again. Everyone needs help sometimes. Asking for help takes self-awareness and strength. I can guide you out of darkness to where you have greater clarity. I can support you when you feel overwhelmed and overstimulated. I can support you when you need a moment of peace and calm. I help you to have courage when action is needed. I encourage you to speak truth and find the leader within yourself. All people are leaders. It is important to find that leader within you. I come to you as the color blue. My energy is like the sapphire and lapis lazuli, protective, strong, and empowering. I can help you heal the wounds within yourself that call you away from inner peace. I can guide you to reconcile with yourself and clear the clutter that you have been holding on to. You are never too damaged to be restored. You are never too dark to find the light. There is always a choice, and I will always support you as you navigate new pathways. So as that blue flame energy of his is moving through my body, I feel power from him. And it's a strange feeling only because with archangels, they of course are very powerful, but they never let you feel that. They never let you feel that because it could be intimidating, and they don't want to be intimidating to everyone. They want to encourage all of us to approach them, and so they don't want they don't want it to feel like there's a hierarchy or they're powerful and you're not or anything like that. They never advertise their power, yet they hold an incredible amount. I feel calm and more like a leader as I feel his energy. I feel that my actions have a huge impact. I want to lead others, not to control them, but out of love. I recognize this feeling in my own work. And so when I'm saying, oh, I want to lead others, not to control them, but out of love, this is Archangel Michael. And when I say, I recognize this feeling in my own work, this is me. And again, I know now that this is because of Archangel Michael that I have that feeling. He protects because he loves. It is the way he nurtures. He does not protect me. He does not protect and defend because he enjoys fighting. Michael is the archangel of spontaneity and adventure. He moves boldly into the unknown with a smile on his face. He finds value in overcoming struggles and learning lessons through experience. Something that I realized when reading this information to all of you about Michael is that when I was reading about when he said, I'm the protector who walks into the unknown before you to light your way, I immediately was starting to think of my white wolf spirit animal, because I've gotten channeled messages on wolf spirit animal guides before, and them talking about how they go in front of us. Just like it says with Michael, I guide your path when you are in darkness, when you question whether you have the strength to move forward. So there's all these like similarities between the two. So I don't know what that means other than either Archangel Michael has a connection with wolf energy. Yeah, they're saying yeah. Yeah, so Archangel Michael has a connection to the wolf energy. And I also realized because they showed me that and they showed me my wolf going out in front of me, it makes me realize that's why Michael's in front of me. That's why Michael's not right here. he's out in front because he's leading the way, he's guiding the way. So after all of this, I had asked Michael, because it was like it wasn't a very organized channeling session, it was kind of just like a conversation between me and Jeremiel that kind of ended up being a conversation between me and Michael. But I asked Michael, I said, hey, can you just help me clear the trauma that I have with you? Because I have a lot of like, issues, hesitation. I have stuff still with him that I need to work out, and I want to work it out. So I asked him, "Hey, can you just clear stuff for me? Can you help me clear this trauma?" And he was like, "Yes, I can." And immediately after that, let me see. Immediately, I start feeling uncomfortable energetic movement in my back heart chakra and my throat chakra, which surprised me. Heart chakra, I knew. It was the back heart, though. Throat chakra, I didn't know. So, like, right away, I start feeling uncomfortable. So I was like, okay. About an hour after that, I had a sore throat. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And then the following morning, I had a head cold. And so this is the body's way of responding when you're having when you're having a larger energetic clearing. It can absolutely show up as like a cold or a flu or like that kind of illness. So it was crazy because I told him I wanted the clearing. Immediately I felt something happening. And then it just started evolving. I had a head cold all of a sudden. And I had it for like, I don't know, 24 hours. It was like the day after that, I was totally fine. Everything was great. And I was like, this is nuts. And so I was asking Michael, like, hey, was that like, were you clearing? Was that trauma that you were clearing? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, are we done? Is it done? He's like, yeah, it's done. So the crazy thing is that, I don't know, probably 2 days after I was done with that intense, like, quick clearing with Michael, probably like 2 days after that, I started coming down with another cold. And first thing I thought, I was like, hey, I was like, Michael, is this you? Like, I thought we were done. He's like, no, we are done. So I was clearing something else. And so it's kind of wild because I had that cold, I don't know, I think I had it for like 10 days when I caught the flu. So this is just showing you, like, my guides were like, we are keeping this girl down. We are keeping her chill. So I had cold for 10 days, was not over it yet when I caught the flu, which is probably why it messed me up so bad. Then I had the flu, I don't know, for like another 10 days. And then I was like messaging all of you and I was like, hey, I'm sick. I think I'm getting better. I'm going to come back soon. I'm going to do videos soon. And then I wasn't getting better. And it turned out I had a sinus infection. So then I had to like get over that. So my guides have been keeping me down. But if you are coming down with illnesses, just take it as an opportunity to rest. Take it as an opportunity to clear things, especially when we're not giving ourselves time to clear things on a regular basis. Like if you're not meditating essentially on a regular basis, then you're opening yourself up to these larger periods of time where you need to go down. Although people who meditate still get sick every once in a while, and they still get some of these crazy illnesses. So it just depends. But if you can meditate, because that will give you more time for your guides to clear you more regularly, so that you don't end up like me and you're out for like a month. Okay, guys, this is everything that I have for you. I'll see you next time.